Hey, Dr. Leo Krawetz, Healthy Feet Podiatry. The guy who's here right now, it's the worst of 2020 guy. He's not the worst of 2020, but his Ingrown Toenail was the worst one of 2020. It's the one, if you look at the videos, I'm talking softly, I don't want anyone else to see this except for me and you. He's watching. It's the guy, it says pain across the toe, and it says the worst Ingrown Toenail of 2020. It looks awesome. I just peeked in there, Paulina. And I know you guys want to probably know who's filming this, right? Paulina, let me show them who you are. Say hi, Paulina. Hi. It's Paulina. So you're gonna get to know everyone who's filming, because I know that everyone keeps asking who's filming. Paulina does a great job, and she's gonna get some super close-ups for me. Okay?
All right.
So ready? Let's go see this guy.
Let's do it.
Really cool. In the room.
Hello. Yep, that's why I'm holding it low. Hi. How are you?
All right. So this is what it looks like. It's 2 weeks, right?
2 weeks, yeah.
Wow.
So everyone's probably dying to know
What
how did
happened,
it. First
right?
of all, how did it feel?
Oh, so the overall procedure?
Yeah, right after as soon as that anesthesia wore off.
Right.
How long did the anesthesia last for?
It lasted for maybe like 8 hours after the procedure though.
Okay.
It did hurt a little bit for the first day, but afterwards, I mean, I could like actually walk again.
Okay, so it wasn't throbbing
No.
or you weren't in severe pain?
No.
Like curled up in a ball? Like,
No.
oh my God, my toe just got killed me. Okay, so that's good.
Yeah.
So it doesn't hurt that bad. So if you get an ingrown nail as bad as this one, and if you're looking for the video, it's one that says pain on the thumbnail, the worst ingrown nail of 2020. Even though I think it was 2 weeks into 2020
2 weeks,
maybe.
but hey, hopefully I can get that title still.
But anyway, even though someone at the door. I thought that was Dr. Todd, probably barging in again, wanted to see this. But anyway, if you're looking for that video, it's the worst of 2020. So this is what happens when you have a chronic ingrown nail and it gets infected. You get granulation tissue there, and you get all types of bacteria in there. Who knows what's growing in there? We're going to culture it. But the skin gets hypertrophied really badly there, and you can see it starts to deform the toe. The great part is this will bounce back. Once we get everything out of there and we get the ingrown nail out of there and we get them on antibiotics, within like 3 months it'll look normal, but it'll look really good in a month, and then even better each month as it goes on without anything digging into the side there. So did you see any pus coming out of this?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, so we saw pus coming out too. I don't know if we're gonna get pus today. If we do, this is the money shot right here, where we're gonna grab this thing out of here. I'm way in. You got a big chunk. Are you looking up there? Does this freak you out at all?
No, I'm looking at it.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So this is really cool. When you see, I've got a good chunk of this. I'm gonna slowly do it, and we're gonna flip it and turn it. Someone told me this is how Tobro does his. So thanks, Tobro, for the tip. Look at that. That is a gigantic chunk. And you see what I clipped onto. See where the hemostat is. And the rest of that was all under the granulation tissue and under the skin. So you can see all of that was under here. Look at that. That was all hiding under there.
That's a good one.
Crazy.
That's
That
a
was
good one.
nice.
That is.
Very satisfying. Oh, I feel so much better. But not 100% better. Yeah, I know. I'm sure you feel great up there. Same thing over here. We're clipping. Okay, and I'm gonna slowly turn this thing, and this is coming out real well here. There we go. Wow. Look at that. I am unbelievably looking for that video. It's the worst of 2020. But if it ever gets that bad, you can see when you have it removed and the anesthesia wears off, it's really not horrible.
Right.
So I'm looking at this, and what I'm showing you here, and I'm gonna get my glasses on so I can see it even better. The hypertrophy, which is the thickened skin right here, is starting to go down, and I took off a lot of that granular tissue.
Right.
When people watch these videos, they always say, oh, can you trim down that stuff? Is it ever gonna go back to normal? Even trimmed down, it still gets puffy like that,
Right.
and that's from chronic swelling there.
Okay.
That will go down, and we're gonna do probably another video in 2 to 4 weeks when you do the final follow-up, so
Okay.
we can see what it looks like. But this side right here looks beautiful. It looks good, it's clean, it looks like it went down. I'm gonna move your foot over this way here too. So what happens is eventually that tissue will stop swelling, and this will move over towards the toe. and without any kind of trauma there, it's not gonna, the most of the fluid in there is gonna go away. And as the skin sloughs, it'll get skinnier, is what happens. The toe actually gets skinnier. So this area right here will get skinnier. Now, he may have some residual fatness to the toe, but probably not much, because it'll go through a remodeling stage as he walks, because when he walks, this is gonna hit here, and this probably will go down some too. So, because it's gonna push it towards the nail itself. But I'm trying to clean this out right now, and I'm getting any of the dead stuff out, and you did a really good job here. So the patient told me he soaked it in apple cider vinegar?
Right.
Okay. Usually we say white vinegar, apple cider vinegar is fine too. The key is just having a different pH that bacteria won't be able to grow in, and that's why we have them soak it. It also draws fluid out of the area when they soak it and helps clean it. And it smells pretty too.
There we go.
So but you had a good smell into it. Did you ever try to sniff your toe at any point?
All the time.
Oh, did you? Okay,
All the
good.
time.
All the time, yeah. When I was a kid, I would do that. And then I stopped like a year or two ago. That's when I grew up. So let's get this stuff off of here too. But no, but you can, sometimes when people come in after soaking it, the reason I said that is because it smells like vinegar. It smells like salad. It smells like salad dressing when people come in. But it works. It gets rid of the infection. Yeah. And it keeps it clean, and it actually draws that fluid out of there. Sorry, this one's going to be sore. So what I'm doing, I'm actually removing a little bit more of that granular tissue. Is that hurting up there?
Just a little poke.
Okay. So what I'm going to have you do, I'm going to have you soak this more.
Okay.
And the reason I'm going to have you soak it more is to keep any kind of bacteria from getting in there for the next 2 weeks, just once a day.
Okay.
If you can do it for 15 minutes. If you miss a day here and there, no big deal. And I'm trying to get this stuff off. This tissue right here, I'm going to show you what. This will bleed if I take more of that, and that's okay if it bleeds a little, but I want it to, it's gonna fill in, and then this is gonna actually adhere right there. Does that hurt when I do that?
No.
Okay. And then this will move over this way, so it'll look like that. So what I look for on these leading edges right here, make sure that's not digging in, because sometimes it'll still be swollen over the tip of the nail. So I'm gonna do a little clip here, just so there's no point on that nail. And then a little clip on this one too. I know he probably likes it straight across. We'll be able to cut this straight across in a couple weeks.
Okay.
There, just so it's like that, so it doesn't dig in. And then I want to look over here too and make sure there's a nice edge there. That's good. Now, the last thing I'm going to do is just take some alcohol and rub it on here to snipper. Okay, so let's get this snipped out of here. Okay, so that's out. Now, this side here, this is gonna bleed a bit, so we're gonna clean this out first, and then we'll put our chemical in, but let me just make sure this side's good here first. That looks nice, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, now, and we can always come back and clean it up after we put the chemical there, or one more little piece, there we go. This is the side that's a mess here. So, how do you know how much to take? Well, I can see right here, this is a mess here. This is all bad. So we're gonna start with this stuff here on the side. This you might not wanna watch up there. I don't know if this freaks you out a little bit. That's some of the granulation tissue. We're gonna have to get some of the good skin here, and I'm gonna mark it. I'm gonna go right with this marking right here. You can see where it's right in this area here where it's been, it almost demarcated itself. But this all has to come out. Look at that, all that tissue right there. That is amazing. And we need another 4x4. We're going through lots of 4x4s. So, but the great part is we have that epi in there, and the epi is gonna help with the hemostasis so it doesn't bleed a lot. I'm gonna start distally here again, and we're gonna work our way forward. This is all granulation. See how it looks messy and meaty, like obviously toe meat, one of our other favorite words here on YouTube. There's a lot of toe meat in there, but when you take the meat, the beef out and get down to the base where the base of the tissue is, it actually demarcates itself, and you can see it's actually clean and it's smooth at the base. Once I get to a level where the tissue is good, all that other stuff is bad tissue, and that's tissue that your body put down from the infection. So you can see, look at how clean it is. You get in close up of that, Alexia? Let me dry that off of there too. I'm gonna dry it out so you guys can see it really well. But, I mean, it's really cool to see. And that's what it looks like
I
when
can
it's
get
cleaned
closer, I
out.
think.
No, but hold on here. Let's see. We'll get extreme toe meat close up. We do call it toe meat, actually. See that stuff coming out? And I know people say, how do you know how far to go? Well, I can feel it. I'm on the base, so I have this tissue nip, and I'm on the base of where all that toe meat is, and I'm really good at this, and I like to eat steak on the weekends, so I'm also good at getting, taking the meat off of the bone when I go out for steak. Not that this is similar, but I think when you do this for so long, it starts to blend, and toe meat and porterhouse steaks.
It's all the same.
Same thing, right? Ribeyes, bone-in ribeye. This is kind of like a bone-in ribeye. And the bone is actually the base of the toe, if that's really a comparison, but I don't think it is. This is actually here. Let me know if that burns. Is that burning now? Okay, good. So it doesn't burn, which is good. Everyone loves it when the gauze sticks and leaves a trail of gauze behind. Actually, it bugs everybody. Everyone with OCD watching this, ignore the gauze sticking to the toe. Anyway, that's about as clean as we can get it. This stuff right here, it's sort of bothering me because it's here, but what that is macerated, which means wet tissue. It's actually wet inside, deep into the tissue. If you left that open to the air, it would dry out there. So you can leave this open to the air at night. That's what I want you to do. And I'm going to try to dry that out. I'm going to have you use betadine, okay? Betadine is what they call cytotoxic at times. If you're putting on a straight open wound, a big open wound, it can kill the new granular tissue, which is like that beefy red tissue.
Right.
In your case, you're young, you're healthy, you'll be fine, and it's gonna help dry this stuff out. And that's what I wanna do, is dry it out and keep you from getting infected. So you get it, you pick up betadine at the store, it's that brown stuff. I'm gonna give you some packets of it to show you what it looks like. And then you're gonna put just a little bit of betadine here, a little bit of here after you soaked it, and then let it dry so it doesn't get all over your sock. Put a sock on, or you can go no sock at night to let it dry out, okay? I'm gonna put up the betadine right now with the alcohol. When you get home, you can do the soaking ones. Did you soak today?
Yeah, this morning.
Then you can just put the betadine on tonight, and I'll give you the packets to use. I'll show our everybody in our audience what these packets look like too. Let's see here. There's our betadine. I'm gonna give you a few of these to take with you. And that. This is what betadine is. This is povidone iodine. And this is what he's going to use on there, okay? All right, let me give you those. Okay, so that's it. You don't want to be on film, right? Okay. He's a normal looking guy with a crazy looking toe, but just to tell you that everybody gets these. It's normal to get an ingrown nail. Don't feel bad if you get an ingrown nail. Get it taken care of. It's really easy, and it doesn't hurt afterwards. That's the take-home point. It will not hurt you no matter how bad it is, even if it's the worst ingrown nail of the year. It still isn't bad to get it out. It actually feels better, and then you never have to deal with that again. So if you have an ingrown nail, call us. Call a podiatrist if you don't live in Tampa. If you like what you see, subscribe to the channel. Hit that little button that says Healthy Feet Podiatry. Go to our Instagram page, @Healthy Feet Podiatry, and watch the rest of our really super cool videos. There's a lot of great ones on there now, and we'll see you for the next video. Thanks.